Ready?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? We're back. New York Muscle Radio, episode number 133. Today's topic is going to be why eating holistic and organic is bullshit. So we'd like to welcome everyone to our video New York Muscle Radio podcast. We're super excited to do this as, again, this all came about because we crashed our server on iTunes. We had so many downloads, crashed the server, and we decided to do this second podcast that we usually do a week via video. So if you're listening to this on iTunes, you're still getting this podcast via iTunes. But again, if you want to see behind the scenes, if you want to see how handsome my co-host is here, you can pick this up at youtube.com/abfitnesstrainer. We're going to have a URL and we'll direct it there. We'll make it a lot easier as the time goes, but we got to figure this out, and this is kind of day one testing period. But again, if you're stumbling upon this on iTunes or on YouTube and you're a new listener, welcome to the best muscle building. It's not a podcast anymore. It's a radio show. What are we, man?
Video podcast.
No, because it has to encompass everything. Radio.
You call it radio if you want.
Radio.
Whatever it is, you guys are watching us on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you're getting it from. We're giving you the best muscle building content out there.
Yeah, man. And it's funny because we're used to doing this behind the screen. So now I got to stare into his voluptuous little eyes.
Well, you do. You usually look at each other, but it's through Skype. So, if I want to click off of Skype, I don't want to see your face. I can do it, but now we got to look.
Yeah. It's actually kind of weird, but whatever. You look handsomer in real life, man.
That's the real look for you.
So again, if you're watching this now, normally when we do the podcast, we're again on Skype. So as you can see here, we got the laptop going here. So this is my lifeblood of the podcast. I use this to bring up all the show notes and stuff. So I don't know, man. I'm excited for this. I think this is a cool thing, and it's going to take us to the next level because now we have a YouTube audience. We're going to have our regular podcast listeners, and I think it's going to be cool. Hopefully the audio quality and the video quality is good. Again, we're just testing this out. So if it's not, we'll just improve as we go. The same way we did the podcast. Yeah. If you guys listened to that first episode I did anyway, it was just really bad.
Yeah, there's a big evolution going on there, and that's what we like to do. It's time. I think it's time to move on to the next step now. And like you said, this is the first time we're doing it on video as well. So we got a good setup here, but if we have to change anything, we'll definitely improve upon that.
Yeah, I mean, that is for sure. Let's start out with the quote of the day. I'm surprising you with this quote, man.
Yeah, I don't know the quote for today. So.
Yeah, I'm surprising you. I wrote it down while we were all setting things up here. So today's quote, you ready?
I'm ready for it, man.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for nobody. Tony Montana.
I love that quote, man.
So let's digest that for the listeners, the viewers. What does that quote mean for fitness then? How could you relate that back to fitness? Now I threw that one at you, so I'll let you run with this.
That's a good one. It depends on what context you're looking at that. So, I mean, let's see if it was for me and you. All I have in this world are my balls, my word, and I'm breaking for nobody. So, basically, I mean, for me, if you were to ask me that, the information that we like to give here on the podcast is, it's real information. It's stuff that we're speaking based on experience. We're not going to bullshit you and tell you, someone says, how do you get six-pack abs? We're going to tell you, you're going to do your six-pack shortcut or something like that. I'm going to tell you, listen.
Mike Chen, is that the guy's name?
Mike Cheng, I don't know. Yeah, because we know that shit doesn't work. We've both been able to diet down to contest level conditioning, and we know what it takes. You're not going to get it in 6 minutes. You're not going to get it from a supplement. You're going to get it from a calorie deficit. You're going to get it from doing the right amount of cardio, the right nutrition, and the right amount of time to lose body fat. And whether you want to do that eating 6 meals a day, or you want to do it eating 2 meals a day, you want to do it eating organic, or you want to do eating it paleo.
It's weird looking at me, right? It's weird.
A little bit. It's a little bit odd, But whatever you do, however you want to go about it, as long as you have those few things in place that actually matter, you're going to reach your goals. And that's what we like to talk about here. So, that's my word. That's the way I go about it. And if somebody asks me, how do you do it? I'm going to tell you that. And I'm not going to change that for somebody who says, listen, sell my product because people will buy it. I'm not going to tell them, buy this product. It's going to get you your six-pack abs, or buy this six-pack shortcut course. It's not going to happen.
Maybe that's an idea for a course down the line. No, I mean, I agree with you. You went a whole different path than what I would go down, actually, because what I was thinking with this quote was how I could relate it to fitness is when you say something, actually, be about it. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to commit. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Be about that. Say, all right, you made the commitment. I'm going to lose 20 pounds, and boom, that's what you got to do. You got to work like hell to burn those 20 pounds.
Right.
You know? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, and I've mentioned that before on the podcast too. A good way to motivate yourself to get something done is if you decide that you're going to do it. If you say, listen, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, and you tell everybody, okay, I started, even if it's not a New Year's resolution, let's just say it's a resolution in general, or you want to do a contest and you have to lose a certain amount of weight, you tell everybody, okay, I made this goal, I'm going to do it. And don't break your word. You know, you make that promise to yourself. You tell other people that too. You know, because you're not going to want to let people down, and you're not going to want to insult yourself by putting yourself out there saying you're going to do it and then just quit. Because nobody likes to be a quitter.
I just hate that. You know, I'm a personal trainer. Actually, we're inside the AB Fitness studio, so you guys are getting a little glimpse of what it looks like in here. But you know, when I have clients and they come to me and whatever, I just constantly, that's one of the things I always hated hearing as a personal trainer. You always got to hear, oh, I really want to do this, I really want to do that. It's just like, oh man, just stop fucking whining and just do it already. Like, stop saying you want it and just do the fucking work to get it. You know how many times people come in here like, oh, my back hurts. Okay, well, did you put ice? Did you take Motrin? Did you rest?
Yeah.
No. Well, how do you expect it to get better? It's not going to get better, you know?
Well, because people could always say they want to do something, but then to actually want to do it is a totally different thing. You don't have to question it if you really want it.
Did you ever see Scarface?
Of course, I see Scarface. Great movie.
I love that scene, though. All I have in this world. We used to be able to do fun things. Maybe for the iTunes people, you can crop in Tony Montana saying the quote.
I could put him in there.
Can you put a video? Can you edit the video? Like
yeah, I can insert it. We could have Tony Montana sitting here right here with us.
Well, I hope that'd be cool. And then just as it ends, just his whole face in a mountain of coke.
Yeah, oh man, I love that. You seen that meme where he's in with the pre-workout? He's got his face in the coke and the pre-workout sitting next to him.
Well, we got our signature product right over there, caffeine. As our listeners might not like that. And then I think that was episode 130.
Well, I wouldn't say our listeners, specific listeners.
Yeah, yes. One guy didn't appreciate the plugs. But again, he's from London. London.
Hey, listen, you're going to start an army of people rebelling against us from London. So
it's all right.
Take it easy. There's a lot of sensitive people out there.
Our London people love us. So yeah, that's the quote of the day, and I think that was a cool quote. That's why I kind of sprung it on you. But I think that ultimately, whatever you say, you got to be about it. That's it. Plain and simple. And that's the type of person you are, whether you're involved in fitness or not. So it's not something that you do just during fitness. It's a part of who you are. All right, we're going to move on to the shout-outs portion of this podcast. So again, guys on YouTube, for those listening, if you guys want a shout-out on this podcast, you got to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/New York Muscle Radio, or you can comment below in the video, and we'll also shout you out in other podcast episodes, radio show episodes? Is that what it would be? Radio show episodes? I mean, podcast works, man. Video podcasts, radio. Whatever. All right, so hey, go ahead, big guy. You're going to be the one to read them today. Since I'm the one who always has this shit in front of me, you're going to be the one to actually read it. Are we allowed to curse on YouTube? That's a good question. I think so. Until we get shut down. Until that gets shut down. We have to host the videos on our own private server on that too. All right, go ahead, man. Can you see? Yep. Shout out to Elisa Bev. Shout out to Michael Madrid. Shout out to Joe Milkson. Joshua Vendiswan? It's not fucking easy, right? No, it's not easy, man. Sean Butani, Karina Marie, Renzo Tan, Ben Kochavim, and Victoria Antoinette. And I'll look up right now if we have any on our Instagram. You guys can follow us on Instagram. I'm at AB Fitness and he's at Jacked Fitness, JAKKED Fitness. I don't know what you could do editing wise while I look this up. I don't know what you could do editing wise on the video to make it look cool, but I'm sure. I could get a little, it depends how creative I want to get. Do you like editing video versus editing a podcast better? Because you have a background in editing video. You can be more, I shouldn't say you can be more creative with video. It's just you can add a lot of different elements to video as opposed to audio, because audio you can insert different clips, you could play with the sound, everything like that. Video you can, like I said, I could have Tony Montana sitting here with us. We could be sitting in a totally different location than inside. If we weren't actually in this gym setup right here, I could put us in that gym setup, and we could put our Instagram handles. I could put my Instagram handle right here. Yours could pop up right here. And that's where it gets fun. All right, so let's see some shout outs on Instagram. We got Naked Fine. They wrote good stuff. Let's see. Fit Body Fusion. Eric Holowicki. Gastroenterology Institute likes us.
Okay.
All right. Scotty G NPC. Labit 25 and Elite Wellness HP. So yeah, guys, if you want to follow us on Instagram, I'm at AB Fitness. He's at Jack Fitness.
You're right there, guys.
Yeah. So for those of you on iTunes, I'm making symbols with the hands for where Pete's gonna insert the handles. But yeah, this is the cool thing with videos. This is definitely very different than what we're definitely used to doing. And this chair is not as comfortable as my chair inside. I gotta go get my chair inside.
Next podcast.
The next podcast, I'm gonna have my chair. So the chair that I use for my desk, actually, it's one of those ball chairs. It's the chair, and then it has the big, like whatever, not medicine ball, not Bosu ball, big ball. What the
yeah, the big blue ball.
Yeah, big blue balls. yeah. So, but that thing is so comfortable on your back. This thing is freaking killing me. Ugh. All right. So again, guys, we have a listener question of the day segment. For those of you on YouTube, this is new for you. Basically, we take your questions and we answer them on our radio show. If you have a question you'd like us to answer, you could submit it on our website, newyorkmuscleradio.com/listener-question. So today's question comes from one of our online clients, actually, Kalina. She says, "Hey guys, I was having dinner out one night and could taste that my dish had been cooked with wine, which was not stated in the description on the menu. At first, I got a little nervous that I was eating more calories than planned. Control freak moment. But I calmed down after remembering that cooking supposedly burns off the actual alcohol. So then, would cooking the alcohol affect the macros, and should it be tracked? Or could alcohol actually be a genius ingredient to cook with for added flavors for dishes without extra calories? Thank you for your insight." So I'm going to jump in here.
That's a good question, by the way.
It is a really good question because most people, first of all, most people aren't even aware of that. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like this is one of our online clients, so she's really good at tracking, and she actually made a lot of progress. But most people aren't even aware of the food that they get. The other thing is there's actually wines that you can cook with that are like vinegar.
Right.
So they have 0 calories. So sometimes when it says it's cooked in, the cooking wines, those are 0 calories. They're basically a vinegar. So you're okay with that.
Yeah. And I mean, the only thing I'm going to add to that is, anything you cook in, unfortunately, you're not going to take the calories out of it. There's never going to be anything that you're going to cook in. Hey, listen, we got to sit close enough. We got one microphone. You don't mind my knee too much?
Yeah.
There's not going to be any type of anything you could cook in that it's going to lose calories as far as when it's cooked
when it burns off.
A lot of people talk about certain foods. Oh, if you ever hear people say, like, if you cook your steak too long, you're going to, cook all the calories.
The best thing is when people cook in the Foreman grill. Oh, it burns off all the fat.
Yeah. No, that actually doesn't happen that way.
No,
so
not at all.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. You can't really burn out the calories out of a food. But like you said, something like the wine, those might be 0 calorie to begin with.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing with the Foreman grill is, and I know some of you listening to this are like, oh my God, I always thought the Foreman grill, what is all that clumps that come out of it? And yes, it does burn off some of the fat, but I would still personally, especially if I'm dieting down, trying to get to, low body fat numbers, and I'm really watching, I would really just consider it, I don't want to underestimate my calories versus over. I'd rather overestimate in that sense, so I'll just, if it's a piece of beef or whatever, 90-10, ground chuck, ground beef, whatever, I would just count it as 90-10 all the way through, regardless of how much of it burns out. Simple fact of the matter is when fat's in there, it's really marbleized inside the meat. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to all come out. Some of it may, but it's so negligible to even count how much came out. So maybe that 90-10 beef will turn to like 92, maybe, if you're lucky. It's not like it's not like it would become 99% beef,
And again, you're always going to have a little margin of error, especially when you're not cooking it anyway. So you're better off just rounding and estimating that you're taking in a little bit more calories than you are.
Yeah, agreed. So for the guys on YouTube, do you like our prop here to hold up our mic? It's actually a dumbbell.
This is actually a custom-made microphone stand.
Yes, exactly. This is basically the stand that I use for my kettlebell, and then we stuck a dumbbell on top of it and put the mic on top of it. So for you guys on YouTube, you see our nice props here. This is how we get things done on our radio show.
And if you guys want one, you get it customized at newyorkmuscleradio.com.
Yeah, exactly.
If you guys want to spend money, we're plugging this, guys. Just kidding, guys. Calm down.
Yeah, exactly. But what else is going on with you, man? We haven't really, I feel like we've been a little out of sorts, since the server went down, and just in general, everything's been freaking hectic.
On my end, man, everything's pretty much the same. I've been changing up my training a little bit. I've been adapting a little bit more to your type of training, which I've always hated in the past, to be honest with you. For myself. Well, because I mean, you and me both have always had this conversation. Whenever I try to train very similar to you, my body burns out way faster because I definitely, I don't know if you notice it too, but my fatigue tolerance is nowhere near yours. And again, we talk about this, in a lot of other podcasts where, training has to be custom to everybody because everybody has different recovery abilities. Everybody has different goals and stuff like that. Me and you might be training for the same goal and we might be able to handle the same amount of volume in the short term, but long term, I might burn out way ahead of yours just because my body's fatigue tolerance is less than yours. So when I train with you, I always start off really strong. And a couple weeks in, I might just get beat up and run into the ground. And that's something that's going to happen with training. Happens to all of us. I mean, right now, you're pretty much hitting that point in your training as well.
Oh my God, my hands hurt. That's how bad my training is. My hands hurt. But heavy deadlifts. I don't use straps anymore. I stopped using straps because I feel like the straps pull me in a different position when I'm not pulling with straps. And since in contests you have to pull without straps, but my hands are hurting. That's a new experience to me.
Always something's gonna hurt, after a while. But since I've been doing it, I think it's been about 8 weeks now. 8 weeks into just allowing you to handle my programming 100%. Like I haven't even messed with the accessory work, which I'm notorious for doing. I'm just 100% on it. And squats and deadlifts are feeling really good. Bench was feeling good for a while, but bench is starting to get really beat up now. I think I'm reaching that overreaching stage, and deload time is definitely coming soon for bench. Squat's still going pretty strong, but overall, I think I'll need one soon. But I'm curious to see where my strength is going to be in a couple of weeks with testing because, like I said, this last 8 weeks has been pretty consistent, pretty brutal actually, and I'm expecting to hit PRs on everything.
It's funny how that works out. Sometimes you feel like, bench is going better than squats or whatever, vice versa. It's always like almost one lift is always like carrying the weight of everything else, and one is always like lagging behind.
But we've talked about that before too, and I think you're never going to see all three lifts go up consistently every training block. Yeah. Unless you're a rank newbie, but you're still going to see one always go up way faster than the others for a certain period of time. I've always actually had my bench for a while. Again, I'm not a competitive powerlifter. I've done one powerlifting meet. I'm not really training for anything specific right now. So my training was never consistently geared towards bringing up my bench, squat, and deadlift. But out of those three lifts, my bench was always the one that progressed pretty easily until I got up to around where I am now, strength-wise. Now, my squat and my deadlift really seem to be taking over that. My bench hasn't really improved too much in the last couple of years. But you're always going to get to that point where your strength is going to stall and everything's going to come slower. But squat and deadlift still seem to have room to grow for me.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to hit, what do we say you have to get to if you wanted to do nationals? Where would be your goals? We did this the other day.
I'd have to hit, I believe it was like a 1250 total. So like we set aside a couple numbers of what I would have to hit. It would probably be about a 500 deadlift. Squat would probably have to be around 425, 430, and bench around 320, 325, something like that, which are all doable. Probably the biggest reach would be the deadlift for me right now because I haven't even attempted anything over 430 in about 6 months now, I'd say.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
On that board right over there.
It's still on the board.
This is not going to make YouTube either, but if we turn the camera, I have a board with my deadlifts, squats, bench, for all my clients and everyone to hit and just to kind of always push ourselves. It's always good to have a nice feeling of camaraderie and competition. So Pete's on the board there. Yeah, the last time was 430. And it's so funny the people under you, Sean's under you, Andrew, and they always say, I'm coming for Pete, I'm coming for Pete.
I told you. I mean, for anybody who I haven't told yet, my goal is to get second across the board because I know I'm not going to pass you. So I'm not trying to beat anybody. I just want to be second under you because I know I'm not going to be number one while you're around. As long as you're healthy and you're training, I'm not going to be number one.
Well, those records always stand in if I don't work out anymore. If I just stopped, I'm not erasing my name off the board.
I still might not ever catch him. So.
All right, guys, and for those of you on YouTube where you're looking, you can see my New York Muscle Radio t-shirt. These are available at newyorkmuscleradio.com. And yes, we don't get paid to do this stuff. I will reiterate this as many times as I can. We don't get paid for a podcast. We don't get paid through YouTube. We don't get paid from anything. We get paid when you make a purchase to this podcast, whether you buy one of our books or courses or our products, shirts, whatever. This is the only way the podcast actually makes money. So for all the time we invested in this, it took us almost 2 hours to get this setup going right now. That's 2 hours of not making money. So again, guys, if you want to support us and you like what you're hearing, like what you're seeing, head on over to NewYorkMuscleRadio.com, or you can head on over to buyproteincoffee.com and pick up our signature product, which is the best ultimate protein coffee. All right, man, we can take a short commercial break. For our YouTube channel, I think we're going to have video commercials also. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll figure that out. But all right, short commercial break. We'll be right back.